Brother Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade. 1, 2, 5.
Freezer!
3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Hey, yeah. Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yeah. Tell 'em turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last warning, a courtesy call. I am not afraid of the storm that comes my way. When it hits, it shakes.
My goodness. So it's
what?
clearly Monday.
It is definitely a Monday.
Dear God, it's clearly a Monday. So what would you do if you were part of some sort of a group? And it doesn't have to be anything specific. It could be social. It could be your job. It could be, a hobby, whatever. But you're part of a group and you're told by other members of the group to maybe not keep saying you're part of that group.
What do you mean? I'm sorry. What?
Telling people that you're, say a singer. I'm singing in this group, and you just happen to be, maybe goofing off with people or whatever, but you don't sing all that well.
Wait, I mean, what do you mean?
And they tell you to, hey, maybe don't be telling people that you sing with.
So I'm with the Temptations.
Okay.
And you're saying the Temptations don't want me to say that I'm with the Temptations.
Yes, because you, are probably 40, almost 50 years younger than them.
Mm-hmm.
You're white. And you don't you can to a point, but you don't quite say in harmony with them. Doesn't say you sing bad. You just don't.
I'm just not there. I'm not on the same plane.
Yeah. You're not in that same thing. And so they basically tell you need to stop. They don't mind you singing with them, but you need to stop.
You need to be in I just need you in the audience,
Or at least stop telling people. Stop saying, "Hey,
I'm with the Temptations."
Yeah, just if you're gonna sing, sing. How would you take that exactly?
Well, considering, I am white and
Wait, what?
yeah. And I mean I'm Italian, but still
we've been doing this show together for almost 3 years. I've known you way longer than that, and you're just now telling me that you're white?
Sorry. Thought it was obvious.
Huh.
Yeah.
Just when you thought you knew somebody.
I know. But anyway, so I'm white.
I'm shocked.
Just in case anybody didn't know. And,
I'm very shocked.
I can sing, and I know I can sing, but not at their level. And so I mean, I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand that. That'd be.
You can see where they're coming from?
I can see where they're coming from, but I mean, maybe is that I don't know. It seems like a stretch, though.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't they just say, go sit in the audience and be a good kid?
Well, maybe he's a backup singer. So you're actually part of it, but
yeah. I'm there, just not there.
Yeah, you're there. You're just not there.
Mm-hmm.
Something rather similar happened to Pete Buttigieg in San Francisco, of all places.
Really? Okay.
The irony of this story does not escape anybody at all. The former South Bend, Indiana mayor Pete Buttigieg may be the first openly gay candidate behind a major presidential campaign, but there's some gay activists who interrupted and protested his fundraiser on Friday, say they expect more out of his policy positions.
So you're saying that the queers cry at a gay guy?
You want to try that?
Yeah,
one
the
more?
queers cry at a gay guy. I mean, that's
There you go. There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could say that.
Oh,
You
Well.
could say that. According to a story at The Guardian published on Friday, Buttigieg was answering a question about his husband at an event in San Francisco.
I'll see my hubby.
When he was interrupted, and this is an honest question. So, are both of them each other's husbands?
Technically, yes.
Okay, no, I was just curious. I didn't know. I didn't know if one of them actually did take on like the title of wife, or they were both deemed husband. I don't know. But anyway, he was answering a question about his husband in San Fran when he was interrupted by, quote, 2 queer activists, end quote, who stood up in the audience. There's a video from the event with the same outlet showing the duo shouts that were quickly drowned out by boos and chants of boot edge edge.
Wait. Sorry,
From
they
The
were
surrounding sea
they
of
were
supporters.
they were what?
Mm-hmm. Chants that said boot edge edge.
The ambiguously gay duo, the ambiguously gay duo. They are taking on evil, come what may. They are fighting all crimes to save the day. They're extremely close in an ambiguous way. They're ambiguously gay. They're ambiguously gay. The ambiguously gay duo.
The ambiguously gay duo.
I don't usually get to utilize that sounder.
No, you don't. I was actually quite shocked.
I'm very happy that I
was
could.
like, hey,
Forgot I had that one.
it has been some time since we've heard that one, huh?
So it's slightly more than ambiguously gay duo.
A lot more than ambiguously gay. But yeah, so they apparently these people got up and were a bit miffed at apparently who this gentleman is and all this goings on. Quote, I respect your activism, but this is a gathering for supporters of our campaign, and I just got a question about my husband, and I'm really excited to answer it. That was the candidate's response to the disturbance. The two protesters were later, or the hecklers actually, were later taken out of the event. One of the demonstrators said that the candidate's problem is his supposed moderate stance and the kind of voters to which he supposedly is trying to appeal. Okay? Quote, I am definitely proud of the fact that a gay candidate has made it thus far. That is from Celia Tamoya Lee. Tamayo. Damn it, I had it a second ago. Anyway. One of the activists that was booted from the event told the newspaper outside the event later on, quote, but it's hard to enjoy or appreciate when his stances are so middle of the road and speak to a predominantly white upper class audience, end quote.
Well, he really does enjoy going middle of the road, so
He likes to part it right down the middle. Is
Yeah.
what you're saying?
pretty much straight down Chocolate Lane.
According to the story, the two were part of a larger group protesting outside the event, one of whom also raised race and class-based complaints about it.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
What? No. Shocker.
Yeah. Quote.
Which
We
is
need
also
to do
something
better.
that he likes, the shocker. It's not-
Well, he can't do the shocker.
well,
It's more like just a poker.
exactly. He has that face too.
He does have that face.
The poker face.
Quote, we need better. We deserve better. That's from Adele Polydor, a 26-year-old protester who is black and queer.
I'm sorry. That is not a real name.
Polydor? Look, people got some crazy names.
Ugh.
People got some crazy names. I mean, look at Buttigieg. I rest my case.
Polydor?
Polydor. I don't know. Swedish. I don't know.
Whatever.
Quote, there's a level of irony that this event cost hundreds of dollars to attend in the Mission, a historically Latinx and immigrant neighborhood. What does it say? That this event is not accessible to the folks that live in the neighborhood where it is being held, end quote.
Easy. It says that the man wants to get money.
Uh-huh. It's called pandering.
He wants your money.
It's, look, I'm in this poor,
Area.
area of town. I am amongst the regular people, but I need money, so I have to have it be only accessible to folks who have money.
Right, so I'm charging $300 a plate.
Mm-hmm.
That way these people that come to the facility at least are paying me to be here.
I find it's always funny to me when you see these people kind of realize that, they are calling it irony. It's not irony. It's called pandering. It's been going on forever.
It's called politics.
Especially on the left. And people just now start to notice it sometimes.
Yeah, it's really weird.
The other thing that I find funny about it is what does Pete Buttigieg's sexual preference have to do with race and class
and people paying $100 or $300 for a plate?
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, what he does in the bedroom has nothing whatsoever to do with his pandering with race or class, unless his sexual preference also involves only doing minorities,
in which case
that are under the poverty level. That's about the only way it would
pan out.
They would all, there you go. They would all work together and coincide. One does not have to do with the other.
So you're saying that one of these things is not like the other?
One of these things does not belong. According to the story, one of Buttigieg's supporters called the protesters, quote, homophobes. Which is, again, ironic when they were homosexual or queer.
After the event, one of them responded, "We're all gay."
Yes, if you want to use the original actual meaning of the word, which means joyful and happy, then sure, I'm sure we can all be gay.
We can all be agreed upon there.
Yeah, but not like, the producers type gay.
Not, not everybody's got AIDS.
Yeah. Oh, okay, sidebar real fast before I finish the story.
Sure.
That reminds me, I saw a commercial for an HIV medication. Okay. So obviously there was a lot of the homotype sexuals doing the commercial.
Right.
It's fine. It's whatever. Their community is a little bit more prone to, such things.
Right.
But I found it funny. There was one point it actually had been mentioned and out loud, not like it wasn't in the fine print or anything that you had to read at the bottom with side effects or something like that. It was literally one of the actors actually said that this particular medication was not designed for people who are how did he word it? Did he say it was assigned female at birth? Or something along those lines. And he verbally said it as part of the deal. It's like, this is a great thing to do, blah, blah, blah. By the way, this is not suitable for people who are
This is for men only.
Who are born biologically women but identify as men.
This is a male-only drug.
Yeah, it was the craziest thing to see. It just made me giggle. But anyway.
That's hilarious.
According to Pink News, the group behind the protest and the disruption called Queers Against Pete Sorry, every time I read that, it makes me giggle. Which takes issues with the candidate for, quote, claiming to be in a community with us, end quote, while being out of touch. An open letter from the group says the former college town mayor, quote, simply falls short and is not fit to be president of the United States, end quote. For a list of reasons, including his stances on free college, ending cash bail, creating an alternative to police, which that one is just,
Sorry, what?
yeah, an alternative to police.
Okay.
I mean, what do you
Bye.
just have regular people walk around and go, now,
Stop it.
shaking my finger vigorously in your direction.
You need to stop.
Don't make me shake it faster. I will already have carpal tunnel. His opposition to Medicare for all and the fact that he hasn't pledged to halt deportation or criminalization of border crossings.
None of that has anything to do with the fact that he's gay.
Yeah, well, according to this quote, he's not representative of our community.
How?
He may be representative of a part, but not all, gay San Francisco filmmaker Jethro Pataling Hug. It's a very word. Tell me that's not. See, I told you, weird names. Paddling Hug is what I read it as. Who attended the protest. He added, quote, Pete has a record of dismantling houses in South Bend and Indiana for Black and Latino communities.
Yeah.
Pete, stop using your gay card because you're not representative of our community, end quote. I thought the gay community was supposedly standing up for rights of the gay community, i.e. the ability
But you
to...
forget. You forget, buddy. Yeah.
Thought that they were standing for, like, the rights to be able to, if you...
Look,
A
the
gay,
gay community.
A gay couple, hold on. If
if-
like a
if
gay
they-
couple
it doesn't- it
one
doesn't
of them's in the
It
hospital.
doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
No,
matter.
but I'm saying that's what I thought
Nope.
that their community stood for. What does it have to do with?
New leftist standards.
I got that,
There's
but
new standards, buddy.
it's
It's new standards now. So you can't just have the gay community stand up for the gay community. If you are part of the gay community, you also have to believe in every other portion of the segmented cultural reality that they're trying to set up here. And so
It's
if you don't believe in every single instance of segmented cultural reality, then you yourself are the problem, and you yourself are one of the issues.
okay. Well, fine, and I'm an issue.
Yes.
I swear, dude,
Yes.
this is like arguing with my ex-wife. This is just.
And
it
all you're
doesn't
doing is
make
reading
sense.
it.
I know it's just so stupid.
Isn't it terrible?
Stupid.
Extreme Stealth Jackhole over on the Twitter says, so the gays are protesting Buttigieg, naked women are protesting Sanders. I can't wait until midgets show up to protest Bloomberg.
Oh, speaking of which, again, another sidebar thing. Have you driven down
No.
98 out of Wake Forest lately?
Mm,
Like by the ale house?
no.
Okay. There's a Mike Bloomberg for president thing in the middle of the
Tear it up.
median.
Tear it up.
Right there, like you turn to go to Lowe's.
Just run over it and then keep on going.
I thought about it. I really did. But I'm like,
There's no point in it. Just look.
what?
it's in the-
Bloomberg?
Yeah,
Here?
Bloomberg's running, dude. He's running for
I
pres.
know he is, but here? Come on.
Yeah, come
What?
on.
Shut up. Shut up. Some poor bastard from Charlotte.
Yeah, you know it is.
It had to have been.
That's all it is. Well, it is
Extremes.
Wake
Huh?
Forest. It is Wake Forest. So
No, Wake Forest being with
Raleigh.
Southeastern Baptist Seminary and all that stuff, you would honestly believe, and the way things are, should actually not be Bloomberg-ish.
I'm talking about Wakefield, though.
Oh no, you're right. Wakefield, yes, dear God.
That's where their alehouse is.
No, no.
Yes.
Right there by PDQ.
Yeah.
That's not Wakefield.
Yes.
Wakefield's
it
on
is.
the other side. You're
It's
talking
close enough.
for-
Dude,
It
there's
is.
an
It's on
entrance.
that side. It's on Heritage side. It is.
There's an entrance there.
I know. Well, no, not there because you're over by 98. That's on the.
Oh,
talking
you're
back
talking
end.
Heritage. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm talking this side.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, local politics.
Local. Sorry, if you don't know where we're at, I'm sorry.
Local locations. Sorry.
Told you it was a tangent. Extreme stealth jackal. So the gays are protesting butt gig. Naked women are protesting Sanders.
Did you? I just read this.
Just-
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. You didn't say the name. I didn't.
Yes, I
Sorry.
did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Welcome to the show. Replay it
Stared
back.
at it the whole time, and then I was not listening to you.
Replay it back.
Adam W. Johnson.
Thank you.
Maybe Pete needs to adopt this for a campaign theme to pander to everyone. And there's a
It's a YouTube link.
link, and I
Haven't looked at it yet because
will look at it momentarily, but I can only guess.
it's gonna be good.
It's gold, Jerry. It's gold.
So Virginia Democrats
Uh-huh.
that
Virginia has been...
you know,
This is actually good news.
it's good news. So the Virginia Democrat who pushed the gun bill, had to sit there and endure cheering and applause.
Yep.
When it failed.
Yes, the wonderful little gun law that they were trying to basically confiscate everybody's guns.
Yes.
It died.
Yes.
It died.
Mm-hmm.
In a surprise defeat for pro-gun control Virginia Democrats, including Governor Ralph Northam, the Judiciary Committee of the Democrat Majority Senate, which is just salt on
Wow.
the wound,
Yeah.
voted to shelve a controversial assault arms and a high-capacity magazine ban on Monday. The reaction in the Senate chamber to the bill's failure, particularly that of the sponsor of the bill, which is Democrat Delegate Mark Levin, not
our Mark Levin.
the same guy, has gained some online attention.
Oh no.
Yes, as it was his first item of business on Monday, Virginia Senate Judiciary Committee took up the bill, which was HB 961, which expands the definition of assault and firearm, prohibits anyone from importing, selling, transferring, manufacturing, purchasing, or transporting assault firearm. After questioning the delegate Levin about some of the problematic aspects of the bill, the committee voted to send it to the Virginia Crime Commission for further study, which effectively shelves the bill until next year.
But it doesn't say no to it. They should have just said, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it shelves it, and that's fine. But shelving it does not mean that it's going away.
Mm.
That's just kicking the can down the road because these people knew that if they tried to do it if they tried to do it now after everybody ramping up and buying guns, what would happen is one, they'd all get voted out, or two, there'd be a massive uprising in Virginia.
It would be both. It would be horrific.
It'd be a bad day
And
in Virginia.
Putting it mildly. The committee rejected the bill by a vote of 10-5 after having, quote, grilled bill sponsor Delegate Mark Levin over his definition of the assault weapon. Arbitrary ban of the ammunition magazine that can hold more than 12 rounds and other aspects of legislation. That comes from Bearing Arms' Cam Edwards.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. The video of the moment the bills were rejected, with Levin standing before the committee while cheers and applause erupted behind him, is circulating online.
Good.
Tweet from Julio Rosas.
Julio.
Cheers erupted when the Virginia State Judiciary Committee voted to not move forward on HB 961, the assault weapons ban and magazine confiscation bill for the year. Delegate Mark Levin, who had been pushing for the bill, has a priceless reaction. It was phenomenal. So good on you, Virginia, for not passing this stupid excuse for
Legislation.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I know.
Guys, there's so much more on the other side. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Yep.
Excuse me.
By the way, your lighting died completely.
You mean completely?
Like there's massive shadowing around you at all times now. Hello. Yeah, I don't know why your stuff does that. Like, I think it's your camera actually. Just like has this auto dim.
It's because it's reflecting light, and when I move, it adds a certain shadow or gets extra brighter, and it goes, oh crap!
I don't know what that is.
I wonder if there's a thing in here I can.
Probably.
Hold on.
Don't.
Well,
Don't-
no, just I'm looking.
Don't screw it up.
I'm not gonna screw it up. I'm just gonna look.
Okay, just look. Don't touch.
I'm looking. I'm not touching.
Rules you have to teach your children and some adults.
Nope, there's nothing in here I can adjust with it. Okay. It only gives you like bars and stuff you can move for audio, not for video, other than blurring the background. And that does nothing for light.
Donna is asking if you would be ever so polite as to, wrap a bottle around your spit bottle. Wrap like a napkin around your spit bottle or something. Because they're being disgusted by it, apparently.
I apologize. I'm putting it away.
He's putting it away.
It's gone now.
He can now talk without having to spit every 10 seconds.
Sorry, God, you only knew the crap I have to deal with.
All right, we're coming back. We're coming back.
It's gone.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Back. Oh my goodness. You're listening to Defenders Live. Mojo 50. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Go to mojo50.com. Check out everything over there. There's so many. The lineup is incredible. If you're not listening, can't say 24/7. But if you're not listening almost that, then you're missing out on
Many, many things.
on many things and a variety of takes on it. By the way, that's the upside. I say the upside. That's the difference that separates Mojo from other talk radio networks. Is most other networks have different shows, but all the shows tend to say and regurgitate the exact same thing.
If you're looking for like some sort of free speech beacon,
Yes, there you go.
this is
Nice.
kind of where we're at.
Go to mojo50.com. You will not be sorry, I promise you that. Go to our website as well, doaeshow.com.
That's where you can find all of our swag, like the shirt
It is nice shirts. I don't have my shirt on. My
or the cup.
there's cups, yeah, the mug.
Jackhole Nation gear, all of that.
Yes, the exclusive home for the Jackhole Nation gear. Possibly some new things on the horizon. We're waiting for
Confirmation on this.
well, not necessarily confirmation. Well, confirmation, but we're waiting on that and some possible examples
Yes.
and some evaluations, and then we will put it to the powers that be and
See how that worked out.
maybe coming to a shelf near you. Yes, follow us on all the social medias at DOAE Show. That's on like the Facebooks, the Twitters, the MeWe's. It's where we hang out most of all, but catch us anywhere. DLive.tv. You can watch us there. You can watch us on the YouTube. We're everywhere and anywhere you want to be. Go to iHeartRadio, look for Mojo 50 Radio, and you'll find us there as well. Live 9 p.m. Eastern.
If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. But you better hurry because it's going fast.
That's so. The New York man is thanking Democrats
Okay.
He's actually very happy.
Really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
he's very happy because he's been arrested for the 139th time, and because of the quick release from jail
Hmm.
that the left does, especially in New York City. He has been arrested 139 times and is not planning to stop anytime soon.
Wow. Are you talking about that bail reform law?
Yeah. When Charles Berry was arrested in Manhattan on Thursday for allegedly stealing cash from people riding on the subway, he knew exactly who to thank for his impending quick release from jail. Berry, who was arrested for the 139th time, immediately thanked Democrats as police transported him to Manhattan Central Booking. Quote, bail reform, it's lit. It's the Democrats. The Democrats know me and the Republicans fear me. You can't touch me. I can't be stopped.
Going on to say, I'm famous. I take $200 to $300 a day of your money, cracker. You can't stop me.
I wonder if he makes it to like the 150th time. Are they going to drop like balloons and confetti and yeah? Oh my God, this is the 150th. I'm so unexpected. You know,
Oh my God.
the whole precinct stands up and starts cheering him on.
It's a good job, dude. Gosh.
Congratulations. Berry, who has served 6 stints in state prison and has been arrested 6 times since January 1st, was thanking Democrats because their efforts to pass bail reform last year meant that Berry would be released from jail without posting bail because the charges against him are nonviolent. Since the bail law took effect, Berry has been freed 3 times in supervised release, which didn't require him to post bail. He was convicted of a minor charge of bending a Metro card in a way to make it look that would let him on the subway for free, and was sentenced to time served. Is that really a sentence? Can you count that as being sentenced if they say it's time served?
They have to continue it as a sentence. Yeah.
No, I get that, but like logically, to normal thinking people,
No.
it's not a sentence.
No. Time served is not a sentence.
No. Police said that that under the state's former bail laws, Berry would more likely be held on bail, thereby increasing the number of days is spent in custody.
Under the law.
Under the jail. That is where this man needs to be all of the time.
Pretty much, yeah.
New York's bail reform law took effect on January 1. Critics predicted it would be a boon for habitual criminals, but criminal justice reform advocates said it would provide relief for vulnerable communities. So, can this guy who takes $200 to $300 a day
Stealing.
of your money, cracker,
Theft.
one, doesn't sound like he is really vulnerable if he can take $200 to $300 a day
Of
I
your
don't-
money, cracker.
Yeah, I don't even make $200 to $300 a day.
Of your money,
Yeah,
cracker.
of your money, cracker. Doesn't sound like he is vulnerable by any stretch of the imagination, and it does sound like it is a boon for habitual criminal. Because I think I think it sounds to me, I could be not wrong, but it sounds to me like he might be one of those folks that is just now doing it to
Because
do
he
it
can. Yes.
because he can.
Right.
This is what happens when criminals are allowed to do what they want to. This is what happens when government thinks that they know more than anybody else and they have to get in and fix things.
Yes, and I would assume the same thing, Mama Lee. So if Barry here tries to rob me and I punch his lights out, I go to jail, and he's free.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Adam W. Johnson over on Twitter. Bloomberg text blasted people in Nebraska asking for support on Saturday. On Sunday, a video came out of him saying you don't have to be smart to be a farmer.
Which is really weird because you kind of do.
Yeah. Oh, and he also said that you just gave everybody the bad finger.
Which I did not. That is a lie. Roll the tape.
Play it back. Anyway.
I dare ya.
Yeah. So again, this is what happens when government. All right, New York is letting people go without bail.
Let it go.
Oh, they are letting him go without bail, without any actual holdings or restrictions like that of any kind. He's free to get arrested. God knows how many times, and it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine what would happen if Virginia was successful and they did pass that law where they lost people, the actual law-abiding citizens lost their guns?
Oh, man, that'd be terrible.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. And the bad part about this is stuff like this is going to be ignored.
Yeah, because of things like this are happening. Thousands of students have demanded compensation for lecturer strikes.
Huh?
Thousands of students are demanding compensation for lecturer strikes due to start on Thursday. The 14 days of walkouts over pay and pension will affect more than 1 million students. In response, a petition started by the Sheffield Hallam third year, Tom Barton, is calling for £863 payout per student based on their tuition fees covering the strike.
That's close to a little of what, almost $1,000?
That's about $1,100, yeah.
Yeah.
$1,100 payout.
So students want to be compensated for teachers who are walking out because the teachers aren't getting...
Because the students are paying for those teachers to be there for the lectures.
Mm-hmm.
And so the students who are getting charged to go to school and pay for these teachers' salaries, these teachers are not working for it, and so they're getting pissed. They want their money back.
Sure. Go get a real job. Stop trying to learn underwater basket weaving.
True. It's true.
The social studies of a, Albanian, three-toed slug. I don't know. Just...
The university and college union strikes will take place between February 20th and May 13th at 74 separate institutions. They follow similar walkouts of lecturers, librarians, and teachers in November and December. UCU General Secretary Joe Grady said, if universities want to avoid further disruption, they need to deal with the rising pension costs and address the problems over pay and conditions. Students have hit
a union.
I hate unions. Private unions are one thing.
No, I'm sorry.
They're one thing. Their use has been gone for the past 70 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say since at least longer than that. I would say since at least the 40s.
Yeah, their uses have really been in the dustbin of history. But
yes.
Public unions are never good.
Yeah, well, no union ever is, but yeah, definitely not.
Not something a university professor should not have a union. There's no reason for a union. You have you literally can't be fired anyway.
Yeah, it's called tenure.
You have tenure as a university professor as long as you're given tenure. There's no reason for you to ever have a union.
No, the idea is I would love to go back to the days when
You could fire somebody because they were just being stupid.
well, yes, there's that. I was also going to go back where you were judged off of your merit. When if you did a good job, you were rewarded for it, and if you sucked at your job, you were politely asked to not come back again.
Please leave, and next time don't do that again.
You know, and there was it's what kills me is there was a time when, you know, employers and things were doing things illegally, were doing things unsafe, blah blah blah, that would require a union of some sort, somebody to fight for the people to come in and do that. I got you.
Yes.
But that's long since gone. It's because it's kind of become standard to the world. You know what I mean? The way that things are ran now is literally being done because people have realized this is the right thing to do. No one deserves to be treated like this in the workplace, and so there's no use for a union. There's no reason to pay some place to allow you to have a job.
There's no reason to pay a protection fee to swindlers and crooks.
Exactly. That's
a job that you deserve, or
that's
a job
what the
that you've
mafia
earned.
does.
Exactly.
To businesses. We'll pay you protection money because, you know, if anything could happen, you could have windows get broken all the time and blah, 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 blah.
Jimmy, show him.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be a shame there if you lose, you know, this nice window right here. I mean, that's exactly what it is. They're gang members. They're hoodlums. They're the mafia.
Right.
Just another version.
Mm-hmm.
And people willingly will give money to them. You have
technically not even a different version.
Well, no, it's a different version because they're not actually out like killing people. They're just sticking to the extortion side of it. Yeah, well, okay, that's a little gray right there. But my point is, you know, this is 2020. With everybody complaining on all sides about all kinds of versions of equality and this, that, and the third, and you know, because God knows we can't raise children to actually, you know, one, parents can't be parents and actually raise their children, let alone raise them to actually be decent human beings that respects everyone.
What?
Everyone according to their abilities and to their person and not to anything else, their gender or whatever that's being
Yes.
No, we can't do that. We have to continue to have unions and pay for the ability to have a job.
Yeah.
Which then just you're paying a middleman, which makes everything else more expensive.
Right.
It's one of the biggest things people complain about when it comes to tuition is how crazy expensive it is.
Exactly.
Duh, because you're paying a middleman.
Mm-hmm. Students have hit out at the lectures preparing to start the fortnight-long strike.
Not a fortnight.
A fortnight-long strike, fearing it will harm their graduation prospects. Some students are expected to resort to private tuition to avoid falling behind, despite paying more than £9,000 a year for courses. The University and College Union, or the UCU, has claimed pension changes will leave members up to £10,000 a year worse off during retirement.
Wait a minute. So the people that, you know, say, hey, pay us, we'll make sure you have an amazing retirement, you'll be set for life, blah, blah, blah. It's now coming out that they are losing upwards of, you know, what is that? Almost $13,000 a year in retirement to these teachers.
Yeah, like 14.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you pay them for the benefits, including predominantly the retirement.
I need to stop you there. Because I want to read this last sentence, and I want you to take it in. Full effect, okay?
Oh God. Okay.
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 But at the same time, a six-figure salary has become commonplace among university bosses, with 508 employees across the Russell Group of elite institutions earning more than Prime Minister's salary of £160,000 in the last academic year, up from 428 of those in the previous 12 months. If you make more than $30,000 a year, you do not need a union.
No.
Ever.
I would argue if you make even less than that, you don't need a union.
You don't need a union at all. But for damn certain, you don't need a union if you make £160,000, which is roughly $200,000.
Yeah. You're making $200K a year.
A salary of $200,000.
Yeah, you don't
You don't need a union.
You pretty much are set. I don't know what else you need to bitch about, really.
If you can't find a way to store for retirement off of $200,000 or £160,000, either your government is taking way too much of your money. That's
mostly on everyone do, but yes.
Or you don't know how to handle your shit.
That too. That's
to which
exactly
I would highly, highly recommend you go listen to some Dave Ramsey.
Do some financial peace. Go to, hey, some of these professors and teachers and even students might need to go to another university. The
Financial Peace University. Yes.
Do that.
Please.
The answer to that, what you were just saying, though, for both is yes.
Yes, I know.
The answer for both is yes. They don't know how to save their money.
If you can't live, if you went to college and then you went to the same college to teach and you cannot afford over the last 20 years to get rid of your college loan, you're doing it wrong.
Pure and simple. You know what? And everybody can point. I know what I would do if I could have $200,000.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No, you suddenly have it. It would be shocking. But at the same time,
you don't. If you're not doing those habits now, if you aren't doing that issue now, you don't know what you would do with that money because it would immediately vanish from your fingers.
And you'd be like, "Wait, what? What?
This is the reason why people make millions of dollars off of the freaking lottery, and then in a year and a half, they are broke and worse off than what they were before the lottery.
Yep.
They don't have a job, and they don't have an income.
Maybe they should get a mincome.
Freaking hate mincome.
It's a whole nother. God, that's an ugly sweater.
That is an ugly sweater. Speaking of mincome, transgender biologically male runner.
Uh-huh. So a man.
Get it? Mincome. Will compete in the U.S. women's Olympic trials.
Wait a minute. So a man.
Yes.
Is going to run in the female side of the 2020 Olympics.
Yes.
Wow, that didn't take long at all.
I know, right?
That didn't take long at all.
It's like a year and a half, honestly.
We were talking about, we're like, this is coming, you guys. Like, I didn't realize it was going to be this fast. Holy smokes.
I know, right?
How the point of the Olympics is to take the best of the best from each country.
Of the best. Sir.
Yeah, and put them against each other. That's the Olympics. In case folks don't know what the Olympics are. So how are you taking the best of a country if you're putting a man in a woman's spot?
Because the man's better.
But you said it, not me. No, but how is it that there are not other countries pissed about this?
That's a great question. Because everybody's all on the transgender train.
Come on, ride that train and ride it.
Doot, doot. Peekaboo over on the Peekaboo Snarky Jackal over on the Twitter says England's metric, shouldn't their currency be in kilograms?
True, but they also use stone as measurement too. So
Yeah.
Say.
A stone is about 20 pounds.
yeah,
Roughly.
That's just anyway. The Megan Jurgen, biologically male, a 28-year-old runner who identifies as female, will compete in women's trials on February 29th. Quote, I'm open to talking about it to people because that's the only way you make progress on stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
The fella turned around and told Sports Illustrated magazine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Youngren started taking hormones in 2011, came out as trans the next year, and finalized the transition paperwork just last year.
Oh, my. The athlete's impressive marathon times in the women's division are not easier for Youngren because she's a he, the runner insists.
Mm-hmm. Right. Quote, people will try to put it down by saying that's too easy because you're trans. But what about the 500 other women who will qualify? There's probably someone with the exact same story.
No, there's not. There's literally no, there's not.
I got lucky. I dodged injuries. I raced a lot, and it worked out for me. That's the story of a lot of other people, too.
Yeah, except for there's one big factor that none of the other ones have.
Here's the good part. In order to compete in the women's Olympic event, male to female transgender athletes must have their testosterone level below 10 nanomoles.
Nanimals?
Nanomals. It's like Danimals, but smaller.
Oh, I thought it was granimals.
Per liter for the last 12 months before competition. That's according to Sports Illustrated. The International Olympic Committee has it in the rules, and there's a link right here for it, too. The controversial rules do not account for the other general physical advantages males' bodies have over female bodies, such as, a greater lung volume.
Right, which technically you
Skeletal
can't.
size.
Well, I'm sorry. Stop. No. Well, hold on. Let's break this down one by one. Okay.
Okay.
The
Sure.
lung volume
Yep.
doesn't
runner.
change.
As a runner.
The lung volume doesn't change when you transition.
No, it does not.
Continue to the next one.
The skeletal size and bone mass.
Doesn't change when you transition. Next
the-
one.
Muscle mass.
Slightly changes.
Yeah, not necessarily.
Slightly changes. It does. The type of tone that you get changes.
But the tone that you get changes. I got you.
But and the ability to build does change.
Got it. But if you've already been building to a point,
Oh yeah, then you're keeping that for sure.
you're keeping it. You may have a teensy bit of a setback, but
It's
okay,
not,
so
it's not like you're starting at 0 when it happens. No.
exactly.
No,
Exactly.
no. Yeah, yeah. Especially if you keep training during the process.
Right. It's moreover, the IOC is quote planning to implement stricter guidelines that could lower the testosterone levels in serum to 5 nanomoles per liter.
Once
So
again, that's micromoles.
Yeah, and all they're trying to do is try to say, oh, it's going to make it harder for these poor transgender folk to be able to do anything.
If they're trying to compete as females, then technically, without us figuring out how to stop them from having any sort of male genetics,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to put some sort of handicap on it. And I'm sorry, because that's the only way you can make it work. Anyway, we're gonna get into the bell count here real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Good evening, Mojo 5-0. I'm Leprechaun, and here with your Belltown grade for the day, Monday, February 17th, 2020. Today we had 3 Mr. Innuendo bells, 50 actual bells, 4 horns, 4 rim shots, and 1 wah-wah. Giving us a B+. Good night and peace out, y'all.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good.
It could have been a lot better.
I